Why is my federal income tax so high? Many of you ask that question, and it's because of the way that you're employed and get paid. So let's break this down. Employees pay the most tax, entrepreneurs do not, which means they live in what I call corporate life. The next thing we're going to talk about are the differences between that kind of income, the earned income versus the corporate income, we call it. And last, what you must do now differently now. Like I'm recording this in August of 2025. You have less than 4.5 months, about 4 months to get this all fixed, or 2025 is a wash, meaning we can't go backwards and fix it. But if you actually engage us now, become a client, let's get some strategy in your life and get some tax strategy, we can help you fix it. So number one, I'm actually going to read off some of these numbers because you're going to be shocked. Earned income, the most expensive. I always say your earned income, your W-2, your payroll income is the worst quality of money because it's the most taxed. W-2 employees are taxed at minimum of 37%, 65%, and you get taxed before you can even do a deduction and before you can do anything. So it's just federally set up that way. That's why your federal income tax is so high. Now, what's the solution is what we call corporate life. So to start this, I'm going to give you a gift of 2 tickets to our Millionaire Intensive. There's in the show notes below. Go grab that. It's an 8-hour program that puts in a cash machine in a business in the marketplace where you can make money. Very entrepreneurial. But the first 2 hours is about corporate life. So it starts dissecting the sequencing and how you put the right pieces for the right time, given what you want to do into play for your life. See, a lot of you, your sequence of doing the wrong thing at the right time or the right thing at the wrong time, that matters. It matters a lot for momentum and speed in your wealth building and their compounding power of money, how you pay off debt. All this matters. When you live corporate life, you are in America either a C Corp, an S Corp, an LLC, or limited partnership. Those companies then are held in trust. Up to 83,000 pages of business deductions. As an owner of a company, you can have a housing allowance, you can have a vehicle allowance, you can have a phone allowance, you can have all sorts of allowances. Now, you got to have a legal reason to make money. We're not just saying go form a company and start doing deductions. You need to have a business inside of it. So I don't know what your business is going to be. We'll help you figure that out. I call them a cash machine because I want you to have the vision of you're just constantly making money. You do the right things and you do the right sequence and money comes out of business. So by living corporate life, you can activate all these deductions and then you make the money in your company. So like if you ever sent me a check, Loral Langemeier, I'm going to send it back. I didn't do anything to get the check. My companies did something. So your company makes money, your company gets all the legal deductions, and then you pay tax. So you need to modify and control that. Try to figure this out on your own in this thing called the bathroom wall of the internet. Good luck. You're going to get all sorts of confusing information. So why I put integrated wealth systems together is to integrate all these, what seemingly looks like complex components of a wealth plan, from corporate structure, corporate compliance, tax, trusts, insurance, IRAs. How does it all work? How do these all go together? And then how do you start activating them together in a proper format to get the goal you want? Whether that's become a millionaire, whether that's become multimillionaire, or even 100,000-aire, you got to activate it. The way you're going to get your federal tax down is living corporate life in addition or in substitution of having a job. Now, before we go over to the end and the final points, I want you to subscribe to this channel. Be here 5 days a week. Click that notification button so you get a notification on your phone. Click it, watch. It's anywhere between 5, 10, sometimes 15 minutes, but usually my YouTube channel videos around 10 minutes. So plan that every morning. Put that in your brain. Grab a YouTube journal. It's in the show notes as well. And it's a journal where you actually go through and put the date, the topic of the video, what did you learn, and what are you going to do? Those are always my questions. What did you learn? What are you going to do about it? Just because you learn stuff doesn't mean you're going to do something. So I always got to add that action to it. So number one, don't. People who rely on refunds, you overpaid the government, which means you basically gave them an interest-free loan and say, here, like, here's 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 of my money. Just keep it and then hand it back to me the beginning of January because I'm too lazy to be strategic and I'd rather just have you hold it for me. That's how ridiculous that sounds. Or you can be super strategic and say, I'm only going to pay in September after the year. So like right now, we're recording this August of 2025. That means September 15th is when companies will file tax for 2024 And in October, I'll file my 2024 taxes. And this is September and October of 2025. That's how much strategy you get to put into your game. So if you're looking for a refund, I know you're not even playing the game, right? You haven't begun. And you want to activate the tax code, and you want to move your April 15th tax deadlines because you're a company into September, and then you personally into October, which means your K-1s will probably come later. So those of you who just live employee life and file in April and you start investing alternatively, a lot of times we're all living corporate life. You're not getting those K-1s and those tax documents till after April 15th. So there's a whole strategy, a whole wealth building calendar that we're going to teach you to live into. If you have any questions, please let us help you reduce your taxes, do this better than you've ever been done before. Go to askloral.com, ASKLORAL, ask a question, make a request, and we'll be back tomorrow.